when the mountain calls, all you can really do is just answer it. That's it. So that's what we're doing. We being me, myself, and I. And my satchel, which is a backpack. We put it off for too long. Just gotta kind of do it. It's about 4:30 on a Friday afternoon. The mountain won't shut up, so we're headed up there. We're gonna hike around. We're probably gonna get to about 10,000, 12,000 feet. Top of Mount Shasta is 14.2. I expect 2.5 hours to get there from the bottom, which isn't too bad. For those of you that do any kind of hiking, when you get that call, it doesn't go away until it's answered. Most of you that climb and hike may know what I'm talking about, and the ones that don't need to go find out, because it's pretty freaking cool. So this is Lakehead now, coming through here. When I climb, I like to climb by myself. I like to hike at my own speed. And first couple times I came up here, I stopped and talked to the gas station people, get supplies and stuff. And oh, don't do it, it's dangerous. Don't go by yourself. But this is my speed. It's how I roll. And I grew up in the hills. Not so much the hills, but I grew up in the country, I guess is a better term. I'm never worried about it. You go with a good head. Tell somebody where you're going. I know some of you may have watched that movie 127 Hours. You may be a badass, and you may know exactly what you're doing, but it don't matter. When nature's got it out for you, you're going to get it. So just be sure you tell somebody where you're going to be. That's the best thing you can do. So, if you haven't watched the movie, go watch it. It's a pretty damn good movie. But, yeah, I don't like climbing with people. They get in the way. A lot of talk. You go up here and clear your head. Answer the call. And it's best to be done by yourself. But definitely tell somebody. You don't want to go get stuck under a rock and have to break out the knife to get out from under it. So tell somebody where you go. It's not a big deal. Just do it. Mount Shasta is about, I'd say, a little over an hour from Redding, Northern California. Today's a pretty mellow day. It's not too hot. It's just barely broke 90 degrees. So I imagine up here in when I checked the weather earlier, it said it was about 80 degrees up here, and it's going to get to about 40 degrees tonight. So I plan on hiking, like I said, getting to about 12,000 feet, and chilling there for a minute, seeing what's what, and then probably coming back down. But it'll get a little chilly up here, and those of you that climb better be prepared for it. The last thing you want to do is get stuck in the cold. It sucks. I've been there. Learn from your mistakes. Prepare. Go out and do it again. Better. So, on the lakes, man, we just passed over before I started recording Lake Shasta, and Lake Shasta is awesome. Big lake. Then you got Lake Whiskeytown. Whiskeytown Lake over there, headed out 299. You head out 299 east, and you get to Bernie, and you make a little bit of a left, and you get to Lake Britton. So, plenty of water up here in the North State. Plenty of water, which is pretty cool. You got Sacto River, slang for Sacramento, obviously. But you got Sacramento River that's above Shasta Lake first, and there's some good gold panning in there. Didn't believe it until my brother-in-law took me over there and proved it. So not only did I have to give him the gold that I found, which was minuscule, but it was gold, I owed him a beer. He was right. That's pretty cool though, man. You can get the gold fever quick, and all it takes is just one little flake of gold, and you got the fever. It's amazing. I went up here a total skeptic, like, yeah, right, that's just in the river. It's just there. And it's nobody's until somebody finds it and then becomes yours, you know. Well, don't quote me on that. That might be illegal, I don't know, because I'm not a gold panner. I was just there. So, I gave it to him anyway. But yeah, man, I had the fever right away. I didn't want to leave the spot. I found one little flake of gold, and I was just striking rich, man. Freaking gold rush and stuff. Where you at, Todd? You know, we can get this done. We all work together. That was a good show. So, I'm looking forward to this climb. It's going to be a pain in the butt because I'm going to try to do it pretty quick. I want to get to elevation pretty quick. But, it's going to be interesting to say the least, I think. I think this is going to be a pretty good climb. Been looking forward to this climb. Been pretty crazy all over the place, in the real world, so to speak. A little product placement there for Monster. Oh, it's like drive off the road. Shit. You know how that would work. Say I put Monster in here as a product placement, you know? Monster, bam, and then boom, I hit the guardrail right there, bam. I wonder if this got out virally and stuff, and they said, oh, yeah, he was showing Monster, and that's why he crashed. Monster should pay all his medical bills. He'd have that side. Yeah, the other side would say, oh, it's a jackass for just, you know, doing that stuff when he should have just been driving. You know, I'd probably agree with that guy. Don't crash, jerk. 9 takes you over to Bernie. A lot of great riding area up here in the dirt as well as the street. I got a street bike, a couple dirt bikes, and a quad, and it is just absolutely awesome riding country up here for whatever you want to do. We're going to get off the next exit. You can get off here at Mount Shasta City. That takes you to the ski park, I believe. Not much of a boarder or skier. I don't like the snow at all. That's my brother. Look for him on YouTube shortly. There's, damn, I forget what they call that little guy. Shastina, I think, is what they call it. And she sits in the shadow of that. Watch out there, Enterprise truck. Right there. Oh, dang it, tree. Come on now. Trying to multitask here. We're going to get a better view as I get closer. Okay, we're back a little early, only because, you know, I was thinking about it. Kind of neat for people to make sure that, you know, landmarks are important. Make sure you're on the right path. And that mountain is damn hard to miss. But this is probably the easiest way to get to the mountain. You know, you can stop in for supplies real quick, you know, at any of these fine dining restaurants. Black Bear Diner, a staple. You know, you gotta have a good breakfast if you're gonna hit the mountain. Black Bear Diner. Good food, old-fashioned family food. Black Bear Diner. Anyway, Rite Aid, might want to pick up a Band-Aid or two. Maybe even 3. You got the Colonel, and we got some locals. Showing a little leg. Nothing wrong with that at all. Anyway, focus. Okay, so the reason I'm bringing you back here, I wanted to show you, you know, the approach to the mountain. But look at how big that looks right here as you go in. I mean, this is what these folks stare at every day. Look at that. That's awesome. No corner office could even come close to having this as your view every single day. All you veterans out there, thanks for the service. You know why we did it. I'm a veteran myself, but you know why we did it. We didn't do it because we wanted to freaking go to school or we wanted to travel. We did it because there was others that did it before us. And I felt personally, and I know a lot of the ones that I served with, male and female, felt that it was our honor to be a part of that. What's the word I'm looking for? I guess just to be a part of that. You know, so many people didn't get to experience what I'm about to do right now because they were cut short. They were the ones that went out there and gave it all. So to all you veterans out there, I want you to know that Shasta County loves veterans. North State loves veterans. There's a lot of opportunity for the veterans up here in the North State. All you have to do is want to come up here and put down some roots. Tell you what, guys and gals, you know, there's a lot of people up here that appreciate, you know, what you did, and you all know I do. So that being said, come on up. First beer's on. All you, anybody that has climbed before, and you know, really anything outdoors that takes you to the physical limit, you have those that edginess. You just can't wait to get to that point, the wall, so to speak, and push through it, because then you're in another world. You're literally in the same space that everybody else is in, but you're on a whole nother dimension. And it's, you can't describe it. You just got to get there yourself. And this is how I'm going to get there today. With the Kodak. Yeah, yo. Look at that. Absolutely awesome. So, yeah, I'm getting antsy. I want to start, man. It's so freaking close to Redding in all actuality, but this drive seems like it's lasting weeks, and it's starting to get edgy. I want to get on the mountain and see what it's got for us today. It's pretty neat when you're on a different plane and you know that you're probably the only one on that plane, meaning altitude. You know, I'm higher up. You know, it's just it's odd. It's like being, I guess, you know, in the first snow before anybody's touched it. You're the first one. Or being in I guess a cave. That's why cavers go where they go sometimes. I think they want to be the first one to be in an area that nobody's ever been in before. That's how I can guess I can equate it. When you're on a different plane, literally higher in altitude, and you know you're the only one on that level. Shoot, probably, you know, in a pretty big area. You know, I'd say the nearest mountain to us this size is, well, states away, or the very bottom of Southern California. Anyway, it's pretty cool. It's neat to know that you're the only one on that plane. Quiet your mind, and you never know what's going to pop out at you. But this is one of the coolest places to take a picture of this side of the mountain. It's awesome. I've taken a couple here myself, and they've turned out great. But that's where I'm going. Right there, the ridgeback. I'm gonna jump on that ridge, and I'm gonna haul butt all the way up to the top and get as far as I can get and camp out for a little bit. Here's some people here. Oh, is that Buddha? That may be Buddha right there. They don't do too much maintenance on these roads, and they get pretty hammered with the snow, so watch out for potholes, especially if you're rolling on the dubs. You'll bend the rim. But if you're rolling on a dub, I guess you can afford to go get another one, so whatever. Anyway. I do have one word that I would say that everybody needs to have a hold of this word before they even step foot on the mountain, and that's respect. You had better respect this place in all forms, because it'll bite you if you don't. Don't bring your trash and leave it. Take it with you. Mount Shasta spring water comes directly from a spring. They ask that you don't use the bathroom on the mountain. You use it in a bag if you're going on the mountain. You take it out with you. And it makes sense because, you know, everything trickles down, and when you're in the rock like this, and everybody's, you know, pooping out here, it can contaminate the stream. So respect, respect, respect. That's about all I can say. Have it in all shapes and form on this mountain, and you'll be okay. So here we are. I am gonna get out of the car. I cannot wait. I just telling you, I'm beside myself. I cannot wait to start climbing, and I'll get back with y'all shortly. Okay. All right. And I just ran up here from the parking lot. Didn't show it because it's kind of boring down there. You've seen one parking lot at the base of a ginormous hill. You've seen them all. Here's the road you run up. Not the best of roads, but I've seen worse as well. Makes it nice. There's a lot of marked paths out here, and they're all about the same difficulty until you get up to what I call that Dragon's Back up there, or you drop down to the other side. So I did put boots to the ground, and it feels great. That run walk from down there, can't say it's no more than 1.5 miles at most from where we're at now, but you get that edginess going right away, get winded a little bit, gives you a chance to acclimate. As far as I know, with the exception of God, creatures, the unknown, I am on the mountain by myself, and that is a feeling that is too cool to describe. So I'm thinking about doing something pretty dumb. I just want to say that. I want to start it off like that. Thinking about doing something pretty dumb. But that being said, I'm done thinking. I'm going to do it. I was going to continue up that, but there's really no point. I know how far I'll get right there. There's only to a certain point I'm going to be able to get before the sun goes down. I've been all over this side, but I have yet to get to that. So, and that overlooks all of that. And on the other side of that, there's something I've never seen, at least from this part of the mountain. So, I am done traveling up the the right side of the mountain. I'm going to cut into it, a little bit of snow, and I'm going to get to there. See you over there. Well, here I am at the base. I'll be headed up in a second. This is neat up here. Not a voice. Not one voice up here. But the only one in your head. Not one voice up here, just the one in your head. My gramps used to say a lot of things, but he said a few things that I'll never forget. Wish I could remember every single word. But he said 3 things actually, all the time. I figured out 2. Still trying to figure out what the 3rd meant, but the one I get right off the bat is a pretty cool one. Everything in moderation. You have to have everything in moderation. Don't be politicking when you should be working, especially if you're a politician. Go put the work in, and then tell people what you've accomplished. Don't talk about accomplishing things. Just go do them, especially if you're a politician. My grandpa used to say, stop politicking. We got shit to do. I always got a kick out of that. And everything in moderation, you know? Everything. Man, it's neat up here. The 3rd one I'm still trying to interpret. Never mind the moon. He used to say that all the time to me. Never mind the moon. I'd like to think it was keep your mind on what you're doing and stop. Get it done. Gotta get it done. He was always trying to do something. But I don't know. I guess that's what's part of what makes it cool. Gramps, I won't be like you. About 15 minutes ago, I was on the other side over there directly in that pad. It of the gorge. Bit cooler in the shade. And now I'm right there at the base of that rock, deciding if I should climb the loose gravel or head up there, which I'm probably going to head up right there. Air's a little different right here, I think. It shifted. It was at my face. Now it's coming right out of this gorge, headed up at my back. I hope the camera's picking up the shaded area. It's bigger rock, a lot like that there. Oh, there we go. Maybe if I adjust slowly. Shit, sorry people. Well, all in all, I'm pretty happy with the Kodak. I just dropped it though, Outlander. Seems like it's good. Functioning normally at a 100%. There we go. So, here we go. That was unexpected. Crap. It's not gonna be easy. Not because it's super steep, but because it's so loose. You gotta be like Chun, Remo Williams and stuff. But you don't know nothing about that. Okay. Damn, that's taxing, straight up almost. That's just awesome. Keep saying it, but that's exactly what it is. Okay, very edge. The top. Freaking giant crows. I made that mountainside. I put this mountain under my foot. It's not talking no shit. Very logical about it. I just put my foot on this mountain. Hey. What did it about kick the crap out of me? This is at the very top. This is freaking awesome. I'm gonna put up a counter how many times I say that. Or we can just keep counting, but I'm too tired. Okay, I am in an absolute beautiful spot, but absolutely deadly and dangerous as well. One wrong step, you go tumbling down, and you're going straight to the bottom. That landing is where I first popped up at and decided on coming left up the mountain to this point rather than getting over there to the ridgeback. Looking at it now, I'd say I'm about 1,000 feet shy of the elevation I wanted to hit, and I'm just guesstimating based on my my phone. I don't know whether to take it as a sign or, you know, if I was Indian, you know what I'm saying, back in the day, this would be a great sign. I see a crow up here. And he's facing south, so I mean, that's all the difference. If he was facing like southwest, it'd be bad stuff. But now he's facing directly south, so that's a good sign. These rocks right here, one wrong step and you're going right down. This is absolutely, I ain't gonna say it, you know what I'm saying. Man, this is too cool to be here. When I was, 3 hours later from my doorstep to here. I mean, that's what we have to offer here. Come up here, and it's safe to say that I don't have anybody else on this plane right now for 1,000 miles. It's just a pretty neat experience. Oh, you gotta check this out. We're gonna go, see, from where I could see my vantage on the bottom, that was that point. But from that point is this little notch. And I think that notch is owned by those two crows. You know, so I'm trying to just say hello for a minute. They're looking at me like, there ain't no way I'm seeing what I'm seeing here, George. What the hell is this at my doorstep? We said no solicitors. We put the sign up, didn't we? Didn't we, George? What's going on, fellas? I'm just here to say hi. You know, I mean, I ain't gonna leave no trash. You know, I'll make my bed. Okay. I'll even take, you know, I'll take the dog for a walk. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna chill over here. You guys chill there. And it's cool. You let me know if you need some brown sugar or something, but you know, I'll be borrowing stuff every day now. Can't be borrowing no VCR to double tape. Okay. Here we go. Damn it, Steve, there goes the neighborhood. Wow. This is too cool. Okay, I'm going right there and that's it. There's a parking lot way down there. Speechless. Absolutely speechless. Except for that, of course. Dang! Just realized that plane, they're higher than I am. Can you hear it? Yeah, but they're in a cabin, controlled environment. Too cool. That's it. Come up and see it. Go do something. The shadow of the mountain. That's where I'm at. Right there on the very edge. One side. There is no sun. The other side is the sun. Very cool. I don't know why, but I like you have a need to whisper. It's very odd. But whenever I'm up here, I just have a need to whisper. It just feels right. Meaning that it just, to me, it doesn't feel right to talk loud up here. That's the weirdest thing. You have a need just to respect even the silence. You gotta whisper.